Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Soccer Show here. Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson are with me on the PLZ Soccer Show. Delighted to have your company. And of course, lots to talk about, including, of course, Steven Gerrard, the story that keeps on running. On BT Sport last night, it's fair to say that he did tell Gary Lineker that he's had talks and he'll have more talks on Thursday.
Yeah, he sounded pretty positive. Obviously he's busy for a few nights with obviously the Champions League games, but he was going to go and pick it up on Thursday and see where it takes them. But I'm sure he'll want plenty of assurances, i.e. he'll need a lot of money to go and improve that Rangers team, because let's be honest, it's not good enough. I've seen that it's been really highlighted with the last two Old Firm games, how far Celtic are in front. So I'm pretty sure that if Rangers are going to get Steven Gerrard, they'll need to try and get money from somewhere, big investment. I also had read that there is investors there willing to put money in. Is that whether they get Steven Gerrard or not? We don't know. But listen to him, he's not a stupid guy. He knows football inside out, and as I said, if he's going to take a job like Rangers, I'm sure he'll want a bit of money.
Can I suggest to you, big investors, Ruffy, want big control?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's time now that Dave King might want to step aside. I don't see what he gets at yet. You know, if I was the owner of a club, I'd want to be there day to day. I'd want to be there at all the games. I'd want to be seeing what's going on behind the scenes and even at the training and everything. But he's nowhere to be seen. He comes over so many times a year. I don't think you can run a club Rangers' size in these circumstances. So it might be the time when he says, "Look, I've done my bit. I'm going to step aside." And surely he must know investors. You know, that's a game that he's in.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the one thing about it. If there's investors coming in, there are also investors going out. Paul Murray and Barry Scott have quit their posts. They've resigned from Rangers now. I mean, the suggestion is that there's a real power struggle going on there at the moment.
Yeah, it's worrying if Rangers supporters are reading this with obviously two directors resigning. It's worrying times. As you says, I think that if you look at the Rangers as a club just now, there's something not right with it. There's something not right with it, whether that be in the first team or I'm talking right through the club. So a serious issues need to be sorted out. And obviously it's looking good that Steven Gerrard might take the job, but he'll probably be seeing all this happening and want to seriously sit down with Dave King and say, right, what is going on here? Because I'm sure he doesn't want to take his first job in football coming to a club that's in disarray at this moment. Yeah,
I think the general consensus is, some managers have been commenting on it already. Martin O'Neill's mentioned that it would be great for the Scottish game if it was a successful Rangers under Steven Gerrard. It certainly would be good for Celtic. It would stimulate them as well. Martin Canning, the Hamilton Accies boss, has highlighted, listen, look at the calibre of manager here. Brendan Rodgers, Neil Lennon, Steve Clarke. If you get Steven Gerrard in there as well, suddenly people are going to more and more start to look at our game again.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He's a high profile guy, and I do think he will bring high profile players, better than what Rangers have got just now. But he'll be listening to everybody. I mean, he'll be chatting to people like Graham Souness who've obviously been there and done it, and they'll be giving them their tuppence worth of what it was like when he went in there. And everybody keeps saying, oh, look what Graham Souness did. But Graham came with a war chest. Graham came with big players. I would doubt whether David Gerrard will bring that kind of quality of player in.
Yeah, okay. You can give us your thoughts on that. Robert says, what about Jim Duffy? He's out of a job if Steven Gerrard decides against it. I'll tell you one thing, I'm absolutely gobsmacked that Morton sacked Jim Duffy. It's still, at this moment, 24 hours on again. I just look at him and think, why?
What else do they want? He's been in 3 quarter-finals, 2 semi-finals. He's finished in the playoffs the last 2 years. All right, this season wasn't a great season in terms of what they've done previously, but what do the Morton board want? I guess Jim's working under restraints in terms of the budget that he's got. I think he's done a fantastic job. I will say, as I've watched him lately, last couple of weeks, and they've not been as good as previous.
Yeah.
Whether that's been the talk that Jim might be leaving, I don't know whether it's affected the players. But I was talking to one of the players on Sunday night, Thomas Aware.
Yep.
and he couldn't believe it. I know he's leaving the club as well, but he was gobsmacked that they get rid of Jim.
Yep. Laura, who's a big Rangers fan, says if it's not the case, they need to tell the fans what's going on at Rangers if we lose out in Gerrard due to board issues. I don't think they're going to lose out. I'm not so sure they'd lose out in board issues. I just think the one line that they will lose out on Steven Gerrard, just before Ruffy strangles my mic, you're the only guy I know, Ruffy, if there's technology about, you will pull the plug out, batter the mic off, take the lights out, and then we can't continue. I can feel myself getting strangled there as he starts to put his foot on me, you know. Anyway, the point I was about to make to you was, it's nothing else other than Steven Gerrard going, I don't fancy it because of the money, not his personal money. How much money he's going to get to transform the side?
No, if he's a young manager coming into the game, he wants to be a success right for the start. That's the way he was as a player, you know, and he won't want to come in as a failure. And they'll see the fallout of what happens when you are a failure up here. You know, if you're not first, you're last. And he won't want that on his CV by any manner of means. But he'll see what Celtic's got, and he'll see what he needs to do to change it, and we all keep repeating ourselves here. It's money. It's clearly a better quality, because we were before in the last game when at the Ibrox game, everybody was saying, "Oh, Brendan Rodgers out-thought Graham Murphy with the tactical move and the positioning and all that." It's not tactical now. It's players on the park. It's what the quality on one side and the quality on the other side.
I think he would have watched that game. There's no doubt in my mind on Sunday, and he would have sat there and think, wow, there is major changes. I know there is a lot of changes needed, but looking at that game on Sunday, he maybe second thoughts. I don't know, because maybe he's gone in with the think that maybe £10 million can maybe sort that out. I think you're talking maybe 3-4 times that. I know you can get good players on free transfers, where it's Scott Arfield and Alan McGregor. There's no doubt that they would do a good job. But you also need to spend money, and also if you're going to spend a lot of money on players, that demands big wages as well. Yeah,
Kenny's just said on Facebook, but what players would you keep at Rangers? It's a tough call. I had it down to 4.
It is tough. I mean, I'll go back to what Ruffy said, the 3-2 game at Ibrox. Leading up to it, I was thinking maybe these players have got the strength and character and mentality to play. I thought they were good the 60 minutes. I'll not go back into what I said previously, but these last 2 games, I've just been sitting there. I'm astonished. Listen, I do think there are good players, but these guys mentally are struggling. Whether a Steven Gerrard will come in and change it, I think he would help that, there's no doubt.
Steven Gerrard is not going to do a Brendan Rodgers on that squad, Barry. That's not the job there. When Brendan Rodgers came in, he looked and he saw young Scottish players with a bit of quality, and he showed a bit of faith in them. I don't see that in that squad. I think that squad needs gutted.
Yeah, it does need, but the one positive that he might look at it is there is players going back to their parent clubs, whether he wants to keep them. There's guys running into last year their contract. I know there's been mentioned a bit of interest for the goalkeeper and the right back. Where he might can punt them on. I don't know, but you're right. It's no a case of coming in and keep most of that squad and signing 3 or 4. You're looking at signing a good 3/4 squad.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to take a lot of money to do that.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, lots of people just asking various questions here and there. Just out of curiosity, one of them said, do you want to manage Morton? Do you want to get back into management at some point in your career?
Yeah, I want to get back into the coaching side, but it's got to be the right job. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I'm running off used to guys, doing a bit of media stuff, which is different. So I'm a wee bit out my...
He's just said you're a shocker. You're doing.
He told me he was only here for 6 months.
I'm enjoying the different side, because it's out my comfort zone in terms of I was always involved in football in terms of out the training field and playing, and then into the coaching side. Do I miss it? I do miss it, but I also enjoy this side.
Yeah, the other thing I always thought, and I was lucky enough to actually go and see your Clyde side on more than a few occasions. I thought you tried to play football. I mean, there was a point at one stage where you said, well, you know, I've had a look at it, I've tried to play football, but in this division I have to change my tactics. You know, and I I mean, some people say, oh, you're being a little bit biased because we've known each other such a long time, but has Steven Gerrard got any more experience than yourself? I mean, why Rangers are not looking closer to home for, maybe someone from that team of 2008 who worked under Walter, maybe look for the likes of, me personally, I would look for, someone with experience to go with a younger person in there to try and mentor and understand what Scottish football is about. It is a gamble with Steven Gerrard. It'll only be a bigger gamble if they can't back him up financially. But who's to say you couldn't do the job with the finances?
Do you know what? I think it would be a good appointment, Steven Gerrard. Gary Mack's been mentioned, but I do think he will need another one or two guys in that knows the club and knows what it's all about, and then he can lean on their shoulder. Why I've not been back at Rangers is probably because I'm a bit opinionated when I go in. I'm not a yes man. Yeah. I'm afraid there's quite a lot of that in at the club now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, listen, there's a huge conundrum that I think might be answered on Thursday. I'll tell you, Ruffy, if Steven Gerrard takes it, great. People will focus on the game. Steven Gerrard and Rangers fans who are going to give their hard-earned cash and season tickets will be saying, okay, you've got Steven Gerrard, how much money are you going to give him? We've all established that fact. If he says no...
Yeah, if he says no, you're back to square one, aren't you? You're back to... Every day the paper's releasing a name that has no chance of whatever to get the job, and I think that's what's confusing the supporters, because we know, all the clubs are at the crucial point of season tickets, and Barry touched on it earlier on. Somebody needs to come out with a statement. Somebody needs to sit themselves down in front of a camera and whatever it is and say, look, this is where we are going, and then whoever it is that sits there, the supporters have got to believe what he's saying. That's been the problem. Whoever's been thrown up in the past 2 or 3 years hasn't been telling 100% truths.
Yeah, okay, it'll go on and on. What about Tom Rogic? Can Celtic hold on to him? Is this just a bit of, playing off interested clubs to try and get a better deal?
Well, I've got to be honest with you, I wasn't too sure about Tommy Rogic when he first came into the Celtic team, but I think the past 6 to 12 months he's turned into a major player for them. I thought on Sunday, I feel I'm only talking about Celtic players that are playing great and whatever, but I thought he was in a different level on Sunday. I thought he was excellent, Peter. For a big guy, 6'2", 6'3", he can take the ball in tight spaces, scores important goals. And if I'm looking at that and you're talking to Southampton or whatever, I think he'd be crazy to move. I really do. I think he'd another 2 or 3 years at Celtic. He's only 25. Sign a improved contract, because I'm sure Brendan Rodgers will be desperate to keep him, because he is, for me, one of Celtic's top players.
Just before we move on to the semi-finals of the Champions League, Aberdeen Hibs at the weekend, I think's a huge game, because this is a real battle that's hotting up for second place. Rangers have slipped up. Aberdeen are in the box seat now, 3 points the advantage. If they win this one, Ruffy still thinks Hibs have got a chance to finish second. I think Hibs have always been top 3 for me since the start of the season. I've gone on record as saying it, but if they could win at Pittodrie, they could finish second. Yeah,
this is what I love about this. It's obviously 3 clubs going for that second position. And what great games we've got. It's great for Scottish football. It's great for the neutral to go and watch it. Hibs, as I said, I've always been impressed with every time I've seen Hibs this season under Neil Lennon. Some really exciting players. Aberdeen, the last few weeks, have hit a wee bit of form again. Fair play to Derek, he's got them back to winning ways after a disappointing semi-final against Motherwell. So it's going to be a tight one, it's going to be a hard one to call. They can beat each other, but I just think Hibs have that wee bit extra quality, and I think they could win it.
Yeah, Ruffy?
Yeah, and I know he wants second place, and quite rightly so. There's a lot of money for second and third when it gets handed out. But I think if he got third and Hibs were into Europe, that would be a fantastic season. To come from where they are, to get a Hibs team with the tradition of playing in European football would be great for the supporters.
Yeah, you fancy Hibs to win?
No, one each.
No, one each, okay. Just in case you thought he was going to back his old club, one each, which is that going to be good enough for them to finish second?
Yeah,
you still think so?
Yeah, the home game against Rangers will be a big one, obviously.
Do you fancy Rangers to beat Killie Saturday?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
That's the worrying thing for me. I should right away, you answered that before you even finish and ask me the question. I should be saying Rangers to win. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like at the stadium. I know for one, the fans are going to be frustrated and let their feelings known. Can some of these guys handle that? I don't think they can, which is worrying for me. It's worrying times. I hope they can get the 3 points, and I'm hopeful they can secure second place. But you know what? It's looking difficult for them.
Yeah, there'll be lots of Steven Gerrard number 8 shirts and Liverpool shirts there if they do manage to get the win or get the man as well, then get the win. Champions League semi-final. Another one of Ruffy's teams out again. I gave you a second chance, I gave you a second choice. Barry's team's still in, which is why he puffs his chest out. He knows he's getting a good, easy question now, but Ruffy, for yourself, your team smacked out, as I said they would be.
More disappointed with this one than the previous team, because I thought this team over the 2 legs were the better side. I thought they played really good football last night, and again, just never took their chances. But all credit to Real Madrid, they're in the final.
Yeah, I wonder, are you going to try the German?
Yeah.
Was ist der 300 der Thomas tut? Which is basically German for what's the goalie doing, Tam? And I looked at Mr. Ulrich last night in the Bayern Munich goal, and I'm thinking, no, it's just murder. I mean, he's just done his team in.
I actually couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah.
One of their mistakes. First, I think the midfielder doesn't need to play it back to the goalkeeper. But when he plays it back to the goalkeeper, I don't know what he's thinking. He's obviously caught in 2 minds.
Yeah.
But you should know that you're not allowed to pick the ball up. So just go and clear it into Rose Ed, into the stand. But I've got to be honest, I thought Bayern Munich were a better team last night.
Yeah, so did I. Ruffy?
But I'm still in the final.
Look at Ruffy.
No, I'm just saying, I think the goalkeeper did obviously, for a split second, forget about the back pass rule. He went down to pick it up, and because he was on the ground, then he remembered he couldn't. He tried to kick it and he missed it. But I keep saying to you, you don't get anywhere in this game unless you've got a really world-class goalkeeper, and unfortunately he wasn't in goals last night.
Yeah, okay. Manuel Neuer not in goals. Bayern Munich not in the Champions League final. Fergie's Real Madrid are in there, and in a perverse sort of way, I know this sounds ludicrous to suggest it, but hey, that's what football shows are about, and an opinion. I think it's better for Liverpool that they're playing Real Madrid. I think the Germans would have been more methodical. It would have been one of those games where they've been able to stifle that front 3, but Real Madrid, they bombed forward, and I think Liverpool's front 3 could cut them up.
Yeah, they've still got to go and do a job tonight.
Yeah.
Liverpool, I do think they'll go through, no matter if they go over there and get a draw or Roma win by an odd goal. But I look at Liverpool's front 3 going forward. God Almighty, they're unreal.
Yeah.
They're always going to score away from home. And you know what? I've Liverpool, which I do think they will get into the final. I think Liverpool have got a great chance of beating Real Madrid, because I don't know, some of the defending last night, even with Ramos back in, I was gobsmacked with the experience that they've got. They just looked, they don't look the same team. I think they're looking a tired team, a team that's maybe aging a wee bit.
Yeah.
So Liverpool have got a great chance.
It's the first time I've talked about Real Madrid and we haven't mentioned Ronaldo.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, I know, but he can change a game on his own. Yep. He's a genius, but I think Liverpool have got a 3-pronged attack that, first and foremost, I think can see off Roma tonight. I fancy Liverpool to actually score.
If they score, it's all over. I mean, but that's what everybody said about the Barcelona game. And I think Roma have beaten Chelsea 3-0 in the early stages of this campaign.
Yeah.
So it's capable. If you're in a Liverpool camp, you would think with that kind of lead, you would think you'd have enough quality players to see this game out. I think Roma will win 2-0. 2-0.
I thought for a minute there your lunacy was going to continue. No, 2-0 Roma.
Yep.
Barry?
I'm going to go Liverpool score. I've no doubt in my mind. I'm going to go for 1 each.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Roma, but Liverpool through to the final. Simple as that. You can agree or disagree at PLZ Soccer on Twitter. Facebook.com/PLZ Soccer. If you get a chance, download the app PLZ Soccer in the App Store or Google Play. You get all the latest news every day, up to the minute, on the breaking stories north and south of the border, across Europe and globally as well. And also, if you want to, hit Video Reporter in the app. You can record your message, and if we use your video in the forthcoming weeks, then we'll send you out a lovely piece of sporting memorabilia. It could be a t-shirt. T-shirts are coming, Barry. I know you're looking forward to your Loudrup t-shirt that I've got for you, and for yourself, Ruffy, because of the nature of yourself. I know you're looking forward to the Alan Ruff t-shirt that we've got for you as well, because you're like the one with the pearl from 1978.
As long as it's a big size.
Yep, okay, simple as that. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed Barry, Ruffy and myself, Peter Martin. It's all about opinions, and we'd love to hear from you as well. Join us 12:30 for the look at the papers tomorrow, and then Hugh McDonald will also be with us for our Facebook, Twitter and YouTube Live.